good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday. I hope you're happy to be here. I'm happy to be here. So today I'm going to go out to Cherryville again because feel my belly because I'm hungry. You know, fat guy's hungry. And get a little bit of motion on this thing because, you know, she sat for a week. And unfortunately, this week does not look very conducive for being able to take this thing to work at all. I have ball games every day this week. Next week I'll do something. I don't know what yet. But after we fill my belly, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll have, you know, I got to be home probably about, 1 o'clock. Yeah, probably about 1 o'clock. I'm still trying to figure out how to put them tourpack liners in my tourpack. I got the front one on okay, and now I just got to figure out how to get the sides on because the foldings and stuff of the liners, they don't look like they want to line up right. I kind of just thought they kind of just straight Velcro in, and they don't want to do that, so. But I've got now organizers and stuff to put stuff, which, what I don't know is, and I gotta figure this out still, is what's the weight limit on the thing? I know I don't think I'm going to get anywhere near there because the biggest thing they're going to put that's going to go into the tourpack, CPAP, computer, maybe some GoPro stuff, the saddlebags, and anything I put on the passenger seat. Yeah, that'll be more reserved for clothes. Man, I'm still hoping to maybe get a weekend I can go somewhere, probably in early October, hopefully. Well, mid-October. I don't have a ton of Saturdays that'll be free. I'll have a few. I mean, I could take a Sunday off. I don't want to because, you know, I've got about $1,500 in parts I'm buying for this thing this winter, plus probably good 6-8 hours of labor to pay for because, you know, camp swap, and I don't feel like tearing open an engine. That's a little bit above my pay grade. Not that I couldn't figure it out. I'm sure I could. It's just I don't. In the words of Cartman, I don't wanna. Okay, where's he going? I don't think we're gonna go this way because I can. Something crawling across the road. If I worked next week in the afternoon, the weather is like it is today. I think it's going to be cooler next Sunday than it is today. Today's supposed to be like 90. Next Sunday, I think it's only supposed to be in the low 80s at best. I might go to Fort Wayne next, you know, yeah, because why not? Especially if I have afternoon games again. So I've been thinking a little bit about vacation for next year. My first weekend where I don't have baseball, which will be first week, no, I think Memorial Day is early next year. I think. I'm not sure. I think Memorial Day next year is the 25th, so I think it's early. I think we go from the latest it can possibly be this year to the earliest it can possibly be next year, or is it the other way around? I don't know. But my first weekend where I don't have baseball, I think what I'm going to do is I'll take a weekend somewhere. I'll leave out of work, I'll knock off like half day early, and maybe go down towards St. Louis, maybe go down up towards, maybe go up towards like Wisconsin Dells or, Green Bay even. And plan on taking a 2-day trip somewhere. And the reason I say St. Louis is because St. Louis will, I don't know. And maybe go down 61 from there towards Memphis or something. I don't know. Or maybe I go east. I don't know. But the big trip next year, the more and more I think about it, the more and more I'm leaning towards. It's going to be one of two things. I know that for sure. It's either going to be go up to either up through Canada or stay, basically run 90 all the way up. Run 90 up, probably to 81. Take 81 from Syracuse up to the border, and then follow over on US 2 and run US 2 all the way till it dead ends. And I think, does 2 end at Holton, Maine? I think, at 95. And then run 95 straight south, probably all the way to Miami. Probably. Then go over across Alligator Alley. Run 75 to 10 or 90, 98, whatever. East or west. Maybe to Houston, maybe just to, I don't know. Maybe run down towards Laredo. Time's going to depend on anything. I got to still do planning. And Laredo, and then maybe even all the way to El Paso, and then start heading back north. If I did that, it would be earlier. It would probably be, if I was going to venture a guess, I would probably do that in maybe late June. About the time I went this year, maybe it'll be a little bit, maybe early July. Now, what I want to do is go northwest, run up to, where does 5 cross? Is it Blaine, Washington, I think? So yeah, run up there, run up to Blaine, then go south onto 5 through Portland, Seattle. From there, I don't know if I'd go further. Well, I don't think I'd do the Olympic Loop. I'd probably go and cut across whatever state highway it is that runs you through the 101 south of the Olympic Peninsula, so south of that area. And run 101 south all the way through, the rest of the way through Washington, all the way through Oregon, or most of the way through Oregon. Then I might cut back, down 30 there. But the key is going to be, time-wise, is going to matter there. Because if I do that, I'm hitting Sturgis. You know, a week, 10 days will be riding out to the West Coast, down the West Coast, then back towards Sturgis. I'd stay in Sturgis probably 4 days. That's what I'm thinking, probably 4 days, 5 days. I'd have to leave either Wednesday afternoon or Thursday early morning, depending on concert, because I'd have to be back for a football game Friday night. I'd like to build in a day of fudge factor if something goes wrong, where I'd be back Thursday afternoon. I mean, now don't get me wrong, I could find somebody to fill in for me. And I might, if we're going to be together, if it's going to be the same 5 guys I'm working with, there's 4 other guys I'm working with this year, I'd consider it. But if we're in a situation, if we get ourselves in a situation where somebody else is, if I get myself in a situation where we got somebody new on, I kind of would like to get the scrimmage to work out kinks. But yeah, so I'm hoping and praying that Sturgis is doable. The money's not the issue. I have the money. Or I should say, I'll have the money. I'm figuring the cam swap is probably going to cost me about $2,500 total. I didn't realize I was in second gear. The cam swap, I'll have the money for that. That's not the issue. Or the cam swap plus that trip, I'll have the money for. That's not the issue. I mean, football in and of itself will damn near pay for the cam swap. With no problem. I'll make, between Pop Warner, high school, and everything else, I'll make about $4,000. I don't quite, man, I got hiccups or something today. I don't know what's going on there. I'll make another probably $2,500, $3,000, give or take, with basketball, and about the same with baseball, although baseball's a little bit more unpredictable because you're dealing with weather and you don't know when it gonna rain. Okay, my belly is now full, so I think we're gonna head down into Illinois for a minute, because why not? I got about 2.5 hours before I really have to be home. Yeah, we good. I was just making sure my dum-dum you-know-what did not forget my glasses, because that would suck. Let me fix that. And we're going to see if this thing does this again. And if it does, that's something else. I'm just hoping. It didn't feel like it was on there tight anyway. If it does that again, I'm going to be so pissed. Yeah, welcome to Cook County, where you get hosed on gasoline. we'll get an idea here because we're going to be at highway speeds for a little bit. But that was weird because it was tight when and I hit some decent bumps, and it was still tight at the damn, from the house to the restaurant. So it's like, I don't know why it's, unless, like I said, I didn't get it latched all the way, which is possible. Yep, it done popped open again. I do not know what is going on with this damn thing. Maybe it's a bad top. I don't know. Into the cases, and we'll try to latch it down again really tight, and we'll see if it's try to see if it's just wiggling or what's going on with this stupid thing. And we'll go ahead and get some gas while we're here too, because I need gas. I'm on the wrong way, but that's okay. Alright, let's see if we can figure out why this thing keeps doing this. You feel tight. I mean, it's got a little bit of a bounce, but that shouldn't be affecting that. It doesn't look any worse. I mean, it shouldn't be. It doesn't feel like it's wiggling or nothing. It looks like it might be starting to work its way loose. Almost looks like the lid is trying to shift its way that way just a little bit. That's really what it looks like it's doing, like the lid is moving that way. Just not a lip or anything for it to bite. Or for the, for the latch to hold to keep it from sliding. So maybe what we'll have to do is we'll have to replace that one hinge. I don't know. Maybe the hinge did get bent, and that's kind of what's causing all that issue. Pull into the gas station here, and we'll go ahead and we'll fix this again. We'll close this again. Try to figure this out. Alright, you stay. Why do you keep doing this? You're tight. Yeah, you're a little bit loose. Yeah, I mean, you got a little wiggle on you, but that shouldn't be that bad. It's gotta be this hinge is either coming loose, and I don't have my... Either that, or that's the issue, is that it's wiggling, and it's just, yeah, I don't know. Alright, let's get home. Well, let's go about, 15-20 miles and fix this again. Alright. Yeah, she's still popping loose, so even after shaking that thing out. So we're gonna get home and we'll check the hinges first and make sure that we ain't just got a loose hinge. Make sure I ain't got just a loose hinge. That would be nice. If that was all it was, that would actually make me not feel that bad that a hinge just came loose a little bit. Like I said, we'll get back to the house first. We're gonna make sure before we start changing, before we start firing the parts cannon at it, let's make sure the hinges are tight. The lower latch is definitely tight. But if the hinges are letting the thing kind of wiggle more than it should, that definitely could be part of it. And I don't know when I tightened everything down if I put Loctite in those hinges or not. We got an RV and we got a guy pulling a horse trailer or something. Yeah, that was weird. Right after I finished breakfast is when it started going to pop loose again. It's like, I don't get it. It was fine the whole way. There was nothing. I mean, yeah, I put my helmet in the tourpack, but I've done that before and I had no issues. I did that last Sunday, no issues. Somebody's looking for something. Okie dokie. We're gonna have a minute. Are we loose again? Yeah, it almost looks like the back is sliding off first. I gave it a little smack and it looks like it latched itself again, which would lead me to believe that one of the hinges is probably a little bit loose. That would be what I reckon. That would be what I reckon. And if that's all the issue is, it's not the end of the world. That I just need to kind of pull out the screws, Loctite them, and then put them back in and torque them down to, I think it's like 25, 30 inch-pounds, something like that. It's not a lot. The torque on these is not a lot. But before we go and say, well, before I go and start, complaining, oh, let's make sure the damn hinge screws didn't come loose again. So he's almost sound like a rebel or something like that. That's what it looks like. He's on a rebel. Little 250. It doesn't really feel like it's moving way more than it should. Same thing. I'm almost 90, I'm like 95% sure hinge is loose. Anyway, we're about home, so until next time, y'all be safe. Keep that shiny side up, keep that greasy side down. We will catch you next time. Hopefully next time I have this flipping tourpack figured out as to why the damn thing keeps just coming loose on me. Deuces, y'all. Later.